Another adventure. I'm out with Bob Whitney today. We are comparing machines and target IDs. He's got the AT Max. I've got an AT Max, but I just purchased this Equinox 600 about a month ago. Still learning it. I'm in Park 2 settings. I'm getting a 19, occasionally a high tone, 19, occasionally a 20, 22 at the very most, but mainly around 18, 19 is what I'm getting. I finally got it out of the hole. It was measuring 3 inches deep. I'm guessing it was really closer to 2, but I'm in Missouri, hence the name Show Me Dirt, and you don't find very many of these around here. I'm pretty excited about it. I pulled it out, and then I saw what it was, and I went to put it right back. So that's exactly where it was when I found it. But I found me a 1/2 cent. That is a 1/2 cent. Well, maybe a little more than half. It's a memorial. Next plug coming up.
They run that across it.
Oh yeah, I've got some. Yeah.
And it was like 13s, but a nickel was like 15s.
A nickel on the Equinox is 13.
Okay.
14 at the highest.
Okay.
If it drops down to 12 and 13, then usually it's a pull tab.
Okay.
From what I've found so far.
Okay.
We're discussing signals here. I've got a penny. I'm sure of that because it says 1 cent on it in the United States of America, but I've never seen one like this before. I've seen the shield pennies. I've seen, and it's zinc. I can tell by the edges that it's already being eaten up. But I have never found one with, I don't know. And my first impression was a guy driving a golf cart, but is that Lincoln sitting on a log? I'll clean it up. We'll see it a little better maybe at the wrap up. Maybe you can see a picture of it right now. I've seen the shield pennies, the memorials, but I've never seen that before. It does say United States of America on the top. I don't know what the year is, but I will show you a picture of that right now. Alright, now we know. Interesting, very interesting. This hole I was getting a 20, 21. Well, I still got moss on my coil here from the last creek adventure. How about that? 2021, thinking I'm going to be digging maybe a copper penny. Dug the hole, saying it was about 3 inches deep. And I guess this was, but I've got something here. I'm thinking part of a half track. Jeep. Something. Part of a toy car. You'll see it at the wrap up. Alright. Bob's over here working the old tree stump. I told him to go slow around this. He has found his first coin spill.
10 pennies. 10
pennies so far, all modern, clad. But maybe somebody dropped the whole roll. There's one right there. That's copper.
It's modern though.
Yeah. Coin spill! Gotta love them. Right there. Back up low to your finger. Yeah. Chase that tone. There it is. Right there. Nope.
Nope.
Alright, well, we'll get back to you with a final tally. Bob's doing okay over there with the Max. I don't know if you can see that right next to him is a fence post. It's an old wrought iron fence post. It's got a nice green patina to it. It actually runs all the way back behind the house. The house that we're working today was built in 1905. We understand that the lot next door belonged to this house. The original owners put a tennis court over there. when the kids got big enough and they didn't start playing tennis anymore, they tore the tennis court out and put in a croquet court. And people used to stand along this fence, put up their chairs, and bet on the teams that played there. Just a little bit of the history of the house that I just learned from the landowner. Dug a dime over there, a clad dime. Came over here, got a 38-39 signal, and I got my first quarter. It's clad. Tell just by looking at it. 1981. 1981 clad quarter. Jury is still out on the Equinox. I like it. It's finding stuff just like any other metal detector. Still in Park 2. My problem is that I like a smaller coil. I can narrow down the targets a lot easier. That dime that I dug actually had a small modern bullet shard next to it and a nail, and it was really kind of hard to figure out where that target was in that hole. With a smaller coil, I'm able to pinpoint it a lot easier. Other than that, I don't have any, too many complaints. The high tones certainly are diggable, as you can see. I will take the quarter and move on. Hopefully there's some much older stuff here. There's got to be. Next plug coming up. I think we're dealing with a pinpointing problem. I'm having the same problem. We're hoping this will be a silver. Come on, be a silver.
It's still in there.
Yep, right there. Nope. Oh, I see it.
See it?
It's a quarter.
Thought it was quarter sound.
Good quarter. Quarters are coming out of here green like a copper penny. Pays better than the pennies.
Okay. Yep.
I think he, out of that little stump hole over there, he got like 16 or 17 pennies all in one hole.
So now I'm up to quarters.
Now you're up to moving up the scale.
Now if I can get 16 or 17 quarters in one hole, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need some silver. I want some silver. I don't care what it comes in, what form. Moving on.
That's it.
Oh my goodness, it's hot. We've moved to the backyard where there's plenty of shade, just a little bit of a breeze. Unfortunately, it's not a good, solid, steady breeze. Temperature's probably already in the mid-90s. Bob's working that humongous tree. I envy him. I'm finding nothing but can slaw, and I'll be perfectly honest with you, this is the first one of these I've ever dug. That, my friends, is a sardine can twister. Twist it back, eat your fish. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I was getting a penny signal on here. Actually, I've changed my settings a little bit. Still in Park 2, but I've dropped down to just one frequency, and I've dropped down to the 15 kilohertz. It seems to have quieted the machine down quite a bit, and I'm able to pinpoint on targets that where there seems to be quite a bit more in the hole. It seems to be helping me out a little bit. 23, 24 on the MineLab 600 X Equinox got me a penny here. I don't know if it's how old it is, but it's got a nice green patina on it. There's a little piece of where it was laying next to that green right there, that piece of dirt that fell off at the front of it. I'm kind of hoping it's a wheat penny. I'm really kind of hoping it's a wheat penny. And I don't know. Got a really nice green patina to it. It's definitely a Lincoln. Let me clean this up and I will get right back to you. We'll find out what it is together. Alright, I'm back. Got the penny cleaned up just a little bit. Still couldn't get the back off of it. Did realize when I was cleaning the back that it's pretty crusty. It is a wheat penny. Still pretty crusty. So I started working on the front where that green piece came off. And it is a 1939 wheat penny. Alright, that's the oldest coin out of here so far. That was every bit of 3 inches deep. Man, I chased this target around the hole. I didn't know what I had. I thought for sure I was going to be digging like a penny or a dime or something. It was 21, 25. Then I popped the plug and couldn't find it. Thought it was in this thing. Wasn't there. Finally, this little thing popped out of the hole. It kind of reminds me, see if I can get that to focus a little bit. Kind of reminds me of a book. It's copper. It's got it folded over. Looks like a book. It's got a hinge on this side. It looks like it's got some kind of fancy here on the edge. I'll have to take a toothpick to it. See, it's even got an inner line right there. So I will get that cleaned up and we'll find out what this is. Maybe a locket of some sort. I like it. That's definitely hinged now that it's drying out. I can see that. So it's some sort of book. Might have some fancy here on the back too. Maybe the first relic we found in this yard today. Let's move on. Alright, maybe this is just coincidence. Hole I think is right over here someplace. I found it just minutes ago. Swung a little further. I got this gun barrel out of that hole up there. Swung, got down here, got a really good signal, and sure enough, look at that. I got another gun barrel. Oh boy, I lost his whole cap gun. This one's a little bigger. Small, medium. I guess large is coming up. Okay, won't be long, we'll be wrapping it up. It's getting hotter. Even in the shades, like 110. That's what it feels like. I know Bob's getting a little tired. I know I'm getting a little tired. I'm actually back here along the back of the fence. Bob's already been through here. Here's some of Bob's holes. Swung over here along closer to the weeds, or the flowers. Day lilies, if you will. Got a nice real 26, 27 tone. Thought I was going to be digging like a dime, but I've got something round here. It popped out of the hole. Not sure what it is. Oh, it's got a little stem on it. With a hole in it. I don't know what that is. It's like a cherry. I don't know what that is. What do you think that is, Bob? It's copper. At least it feels copper. I mean, it could be iron, but I don't. It's not.
That's had to be cut.
Looks just like a cherry, though. Looks like a cherry.
Almost, yeah, but with that hole cut in it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Right here. Next plug coming up. Alright, my tongue's hanging out and I'm going to make this relic of rubbish, my last hole. I've cut the plug, I don't know what it is yet. I'm getting 22, 20, 21. I'm thinking penny. It could be. We've been finding a lot of zinc and copper pennies in this yard. We are kind of upset, or not upset, but we're just kind of disappointed that we really didn't find anything older than that 39 wheat penny that I found in the backyard. It could be ground conditions. It's pretty dry. It's kind of hard to keep a plug in one spot. So maybe if it rains here this next week, we'll come back out. We're trying to get permission at the house next door. Maybe we'll get that. But I've got the plug cut. It's right here. I have not opened it yet, so we're going to find out what this is. We're going to call this relic or rubbish. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and tell your friends. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that. Hey. I know what that is. Hey, that might be stainless. Yeah, that's a stainless Japan. I saw the gold down here on the end. Thought it might be golded plated. Look at that. Silverware.
Somebody was having a picnic.
I guess so. Boy, it's shiny. Oh, that blinded me. Alright, well, I don't know what to call that. I guess we can call that relic rubbish.
One man's trash is another man's.
I can eat steak tonight. That I am going to get to here in just a minute. That's that little locket I thought looked like a book. Turns out it's a picture locket. I will open that for us here in just a second. Let's go ahead and do the rest of this dirty, filthy, dirty blue towel wrap-up. This is the semi-precious trash we found today. Still don't know what that weird thing is. I'll get it cleaned up eventually. This is what you saw me dig last. This stainless steel butter knife. Boy, what a great day with Bob Whitney, other than it just being hot, hot, hot. Shade was the premium today. That was the place we needed to be hunting. The temperature today, I believe, was reading or feels like 102, 105. So it's pretty hot out there. We drank lots of water. Got part of a half-track toy. It looks like it's been hit by a tank right there, so that's probably why we're only seeing part of it. Part of some plumbing. I thought it was a little bowl at first, but that's actually what I'm going to make out of it. I believe it was a screw-in cap for some plumbing, but now it's going to be a little bowl. Gear. This is the lead I dug today. Dug these in pretty much in the same vicinity. They might go together. It looks like it might be part of a butter knife. This is my clad count for today. 25, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41 cents in clad, 1 chewed up zinc and penny, a Missouri half cent. 1939 wheat penny is about the only oldest coin we found today between both of us. This is pretty crusty. Aluminum underwear button. And let's get to the locket of the day. This brought a smile to my face when I finally got it cleaned up and was able to open it up. And I'm going to open it for you now. It broke, but I'm going to put it back together. But that's what I found on the inside. It's pretty cute. Thanks for watching.